Good morning, everyone. My name is Tim Schaefer. I'm the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission. And thank you for joining us today at one of the most iconic boating destinations in all of Pennsylvania, the Point here in Pittsburgh. As you know, while boating can be enjoyed year-round in many parts of the state, this is really the unofficial start of the boating season with Memorial Day weekend coming up this weekend. And this is National Safe Boating Week. It's something that we recognize every year in the week leading up to Memorial Day weekend. And that's why we're here today. Along with my colleagues with the Fish and Boat Commission, member of our Boating Advisory Board, we're happy to be here with staff from the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources to highlight the boating opportunities that are available here in Pittsburgh as well as at other state parks around the Commonwealth. So what is National Safe Boating Week? Here in Pennsylvania, we're joining other like-minded boating safety advocates across the country, which include the U.S. Coast Guard. You may see some Coast Guard personnel out on the water today. And the National Safe Boating Council to remind recreational boaters of a few small steps that they can take that will make a very big impact. Every week should be Safe Boating Week, but we especially want to remind folks of important safety tips as the water gets warmer and they enjoy more time on the water. So today we're going to offer a basics of safe boating checklist. We're going to go through, the four of us are going to hit a couple different points for you, and we'd like you to keep them all in mind when you hit the water this weekend and throughout the year. I'll start out with giving you the number one piece of advice, and that is to please wear your life jacket. The law requires you to have a life jacket on board for every person, and children under age 12 must always wear their life jacket and wear it must wear it while they're on board any boat 20 feet or less and on board any canoe or kayak. We also want to make sure that the kids and everybody else on the boat has a life jacket that fits. And we have something called our touchdown test. If you go to fishandboat.com and do a search for that, you can find out how to make sure the life jacket fits for everybody on your boat. It's important to note that last year we had 14 boating fatalities in Pennsylvania, and only 3 of them were wearing their life jacket. And that's consistent with statistics. Each year we find that about 80% of boating fatalities are a result of people not wearing their life jacket. That's one of the reasons we have the catchphrase, wear it. So we ask people to wear their life jacket when they're on the water this weekend and throughout the summer. So next, I'd like to introduce a familiar face to the boaters here in Pittsburgh and in the Three Rivers, our Waterways Conservation Officer, Mike Johnson.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. In just a few days from now, and throughout the summer months, the Three Rivers around us will be bustling with boater activity. From fishermen on bass boats, kayakers enjoying a paddle, pontoon boat operators, jet skiers, power boaters pulling wakeboards. We all share the water. That includes me. While the Fish and Boat Commission and other law enforcement agencies aren't out to bust up a good time, it is our responsibility to make sure everyone remains safe. Which brings us to the second step of our safe boating checklist. Never boat under the influence. Alcohol use increases the chances of having an accident. Alcohol affects balance, coordination, and judgment. It is illegal to operate a boat while under the influence of alcohol or a controlled substance. Just like operating a motor vehicle on the roadway in Pennsylvania, a person operating is over the legal limit at .08 or higher. BUI and penalties include loss of boating privilege, significant fines, and imprisonment. Waterways conservation officers will be on patrol throughout the summer looking for impaired boaters. My best advice to all boaters is select a designated boat operator to enjoy your trip. Next, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. John Mon, a member of the Fish and Boat Commission's Boating Advisory Board.
Thank you, Officer Johnson. Boating is one of the great ways to explore Pennsylvania. From Pittsburgh to Lake Erie, from the Susquehanna and Delaware River valleys, and the pristine natural lakes of the Poconos, the possibilities are endless. It is also easy to get lost in the beauty of the water and surroundings, or actually get lost when discovering new places. Step 3 of our boating safety checklist is file a float plan. Let someone know where you are going and when you will return. Plans can change when you're having fun, but keeping someone aware of your location throughout the day can ensure that help arrives quickly if you experience a mechanical or medical emergency. Carry a a dry bag to keep your cell phone and other valuables in while boating. Step 4 goes hand in hand. Take a basic boater safety course. In Pennsylvania, all boaters born after December 31st, 1981, or who operate a personal watercraft such as a jet ski, regardless of age, must take a Pennsylvania boating safety course. Courses are available online or in classroom settings. Visit fishandboat.com to find an online course or a location near you. Little do many people realize that unpowered boating especially kayaking, is the fastest growing segment of the boating community. For a few $100s, someone who may never have boated before can purchase a kayak from a big box store and be on the water in a matter of hours. But ask yourself, what would you do if you encountered inclement weather, the loss of a paddle, or an unexpected dam, or a capsizing event? You know the basic boating signals to look for to help when you're going on your trip. Ask yourself, is it worth risking your life? By taking a safe boating course, you'll take care of yourself and those with you. For the final step in our checklist, I'll turn things over to our friends from the DCNR. Jake Weiland is the manager here at Point State Park. Jake?
Thank you, John, and welcome everyone to Point State Park. It's been my pleasure to manage Point State Park for the past 3 seasons, and we're looking forward to another very busy season here at Point State Park with our visitorship. Many of those visitors will be boating nearby and taking a break, tying off to the Allegheny and Monongahela wharfs to enjoy the best view here in the city of Pittsburgh. Despite our close relationship with the boating community, Point State Park does not offer any public launch or public docks. This brings me to the final point of our safe boating checklist, having proper registration and launch permits. In Pennsylvania, all powered boats must be registered with the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission. Unpowered boats, such as kayaks and canoes, do not require registration. However, the use of Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission property, or DCNR, either require a registered boat, or a launch permit issued by the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission, or DCNR. As agencies that share common interests and enjoy working together, we honor each other's launching permits at our facilities. Please note that alcoholic beverages are prohibited within all state parks. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you here at Point State Park through this busy season. I'll hand things back to Director Schaefer to wrap things up.
Thanks. Well, thanks to our speakers and thanks to everybody for coming out today. To learn more about boating in Pennsylvania, we encourage you to visit our website, fishandboat.com, and you can do a search for basic boating information. Just type in boating and it'll take you right where you need to go. Another tool that's become really handy among both anglers and boaters in Pennsylvania is our mobile app, Fish Boat PA, spelled just the way it sounds. Keep that app on your phone. You can find out everything from boating access facilities to where we've been stocking trout lately. It really is, we tell fishermen it's the most handy tool in your tackle box. So check out either the website or the app for the most up-to-date information. So again, have fun, be safe this weekend and throughout the busy boating season. And at that point, we'd be happy to answer any questions.
You know, just that number 3 out of 14, it begs the question, so many people are not taking the time to just, seconds to put one of these vests on. Is it just this attitude of it's not going to happen to me?
Yeah, I think the question was, is it really just the attitude, it's not going to happen to me? People probably do think that. The statistics really do bear out, though. If you're wearing your life jacket, that's the best thing you can do to promote public safety. I tell folks all the time, if you eliminate here we go, we'll hold this up. If you eliminate the fact that people are not wearing their life jackets, and if you get rid of BUI, boating under the influence on the water, our safety statistics would greatly improve, and you would not see the fatalities out there that we have. So it's really easy to use. They're more comfortable than ever. They're not that expensive. This is just one type of life jacket. Some of our officers will wear inflatable life jackets. Those are ones that are a little more comfortable, perhaps, if you're out fishing. But go to your local sporting goods store, find one that fits, and make sure you wear it.
Areas of largest improvement that you mentioned, what are, and I know you talked about a little bit with the UI, but just, put a price maybe on some of the penalties and ticketing.
Sure, I'll turn it over to Officer Johnson.
I got a $200 kayaking ticket in West Virginia last year, so that's enough for me to wear a life jacket every time I'm on a boat again. So could you just
Sure. The boating under the influence penalties, if in speaking with attorneys and defendants in the past, you're probably looking anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000 between penalties and attorney's fees to get you through the process of a boating under the influence arrest.
And for the life jackets?
For the penalties for the life jackets.
Yeah.
Penalties for the life jackets, that's a summary 3 violation, which carries a penalty of $125.25, including court costs. That's basically a wake-up call that, and I explain to people all the time that, yes, that penalty may be a nuisance and you may be annoyed with me at the moment, but it's much better than getting a knock, or your family member getting a knock on the door at 9 o'clock at night by one of our officers telling you that there was a tragedy. So we're adamant about life jackets. You need to have them on the boat. In a lot of cases, you need to wear them. So the penalty is really just a wake-up call.
Officer, I wanted to know, what are some of the, when you're out, what are some of the clear signs that might lead you to believe that a boater is BUI?
Sure. Our officers go through extensive training. In order for our officers to become certified in how to recognize if a person is boating under the influence, they first have to be certified in driving under the influence. So they're certified by NHTSA, and then they go on and become certified by NASBLA, which is the boating version of NHTSA, the Highway Transportation Authority. And beyond that, a lot of our officers have advanced training in drug recognition. Unlike a motor vehicle, swerving and other behavior like that is not necessarily a telltale sign on the water, but once we make contact, if we make contact for a minor violation as far as a registration sticker not being on or a lighting violation, our officers are trained to detect signs of impairment, which can range from slurred speech, bloodshot glassy eyes, other indicators. But once we pick up on those indicators, we'll do some additional testing and see where we are.
I got kind of a dumb question. A lot of folks swim in the rivers during the summer vacation season. With a life vest, does that impair swimming? Is it like illegal to swim in the rivers?
Okay, 2 questions. Is it illegal to swim in the river? No, it's not illegal to swim in the 3 rivers, although a lot of times it's probably not a good idea. I have pulled people out of the rivers. Unfortunately, they've had a few too many to drink, and they think that the river's smaller than it is, and they get about halfway out, and they become a danger to themselves, actually. As far as a life jacket being an encumbrance, I'm not sure on that. It's a good idea to have a life jacket. We have many people that will go off the boats and kind of swim around in the area of the boats, and when they have life jackets on, I know I rest easy when I see them with life jackets. I don't know if it impairs or encumbers your ability to swim better.
Let me just
Give us an idea of how deep the rivers are in this area.
Sure, they're probably anywhere between 20 to 40 feet. They have to be able to accommodate the commercial traffic in the area. So they're significantly deep.
I just want to add one more thing about the life jackets. This is only one example of a life jacket. There are many different styles. There are styles made just for kayakers, just for fishermen, just for canoeists, and there are inflatables. There are all kinds. So it is possible to find one that's comfortable for your style of boating. Looking around, I'm probably the only person here that remembers what driving was before seatbelts. You know, in the 1960s, you know, seatbelts were a new thing, and I was not impressed. You know, but here we are, 50 years later. Just look at the statistics. You know, they prove that seatbelts work, and it's the same with these. They work, but they only work if you wear them. Okay.
So, Officer Johnson just put on one of our inflatable life jackets, and as you can see, he can move around. It's quite comfortable. Similar models are available for commercial purchase for anglers and boaters who are out enjoying the Three Rivers. Another thing we like to emphasize to people, it's not only what happens when you're on the boat, but if you're off the boat. Just imagine pulling up here to the wall to moor the boat, or pulling up to another boat, you hit your head and you fall in the water. That thing's going to keep you afloat, even if you're unconscious, if it fits correctly. So again, please, please, please make sure you wear your life jacket. Okay? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.